Good morning from the makeup chair and the studio. So I got my hair done this morning, so there was no get ready with me. So I thought I would have Bree do my get ready with me video. So stay tuned. We're gonna do, yay, the get ready with me doing the amethyst look for our spring collection Blossom, which just got launched today. Tomorrow, stay tuned for our Champagne and Shadows on March 21st, and we're gonna do the makeup. All right, here we go. What are we doing, Bree?
So we are starting off with some 3-in-1 foundation, of course. Our Magic 3-in-1.
We're good.
Good?
We're good.
Okay.
It's always this filming and getting the angles straight.
And getting the right lighting.
Exactly.
For this beautiful 3-in-1. So the 3-in-1 is going to help even out the skin. I'm sure all of our people know about our 3-in-1 and what it does. But it gives a nice natural finish because we're going to start off with just like level 1. And try to get it down.
Level 1?
Level 1 is defining your features.
And getting out the door in 5 minutes, which basically I've got a client in about 5 minutes. So she's going to get this on. And the great thing about the 3-in-1 is the 3-in-1, like literally you can see she's just taking this brush and she's just getting it on me. And it's so easy to use. So we made this just to give you a healthy glow and not feel like you're wearing any makeup, because that's the biggest thing about what everybody comes into our chair, and I'm not any different, is we don't want to go, oh my God, I feel this on my face. So especially for every day, that's why people are kind of drawn to using a tinted primer or tinted moisturizer, is because they don't want to feel it. However, that solution doesn't give you any coverage. And so the 3-in-1 has buildable coverage. So depending on what brush you use is the finish you're going to get. All right, so we're gonna start with lips because we talk about how this creates the balance for the face. And what color are we using for this look?
We're gonna use berry lip stain.
Okay, berry lip stain going down.
And I love a lip stain because what it does is it just provides a sheer coverage and also a base. Because we're gonna put something on top of this. We're not just gonna leave this on its own. But it provides a base for what it is. And it provides a base down, so when we put lipstick on, her lipstick is going to stay on all day now. So it kind of makes it a little easier, so you don't have to keep reapplying lip gloss and stuff like that on top, and you still have some coverage on your lips. 5 minutes.
All right, so now we're moving on to...
We're going to put a lipstick
on we're going to put a lipstick. Okay, we're going to start with a lipstick.
Yes.
Because we're going to do a 1.5 today since I'm in this beautiful lavender, and it's a beautiful day here in Atlanta.
Yeah. And we like to do, you know, the lipstick on top of the stain because you don't just want to wear this stain on its own. You do want to put like either a lipstick or a lip gloss. We'll probably do a combination of both on top because just the stain by itself is not enough. You need a little bit more coverage on there. And we're doing a 1.5 because her scrubs are so pretty and it's going to go with this look so well.
And what's the color, Bree?
Beverly Boulevard.
Beverly Boulevard is our look for our amethyst look for the Blossom collection. And it's a beautiful color.
And I'm going to go in on top with the lip gloss, but I'm going to do that last because I like to, that's like my little ta-da.
Ta-da! Yeah, the lip gloss is awesome. You know, one of the tricks too is we could actually just blot the lipstick. So we push it into the lip, into the stain, and it'll make it more wearable so we don't lose it as much. All right, next.
So we're going to jump straight into the next, technically brow, technically eyeshadow step. This is a brow highlighter. Oh my God, everybody in the studio is in love with this thing. So it's a dual-sided pencil. So I'm going to take the matte side. There's a pretty satiny side too. We're going to go right under the brow. This is why this is one of my favorite products. Look, finger. Don't have to pull out a brush. We're just gonna. It just
makes the discoloration go underneath that. It's just so smooth. It just levels up your makeup so well, and it's got just the perfect amount of coverage. And like Bree said, you can use your finger.
And it's creamy.
Look at the difference.
Highlights. Yes, it makes a huge difference with just that little bit. And it's really good. Like I'm using it today for Ally's level 1.5, but even if you wanted to just be a level 1. To me, this is a great step to just add on. It doesn't take time to do. Doesn't take a long time to do. And it will step up your brow game. So on like I guess a larger size brush because I want to make sure I cover most of her eye. This is our eyeshadow base. Okay.
Show it in the camera.
This is so important because if you do not use some type of base underneath your eyeshadow. It's going to move around. It's going to sink into places where you don't want them to sink into. It's going to crease, and it's just not going to be as good of a result if we don't use some type of base. So, and then this also evens out the color of her eye so that when I put the eyeshadow on top, it's really going to pop. So we always want to start off with some type of base. Just 2 seconds, just swipe it all over the lid.
So the other part about using an eye primer is, if you've noticed, as we're getting older, I don't have smooth textured eyes, right? When I close my eyes, there are wrinkles, there's thinner skin, and when you put down a powder, which is pretty sheer most of the time, it's going to sit and settle into those fine lines. So in order to really be able to use eyeshadow over 50, you've got to use some kind of an eyeshadow base. Regular foundation is usually too thick for the eye area, and it does not look natural. Sometimes you can get away with using a little bit of some concealer, but it really is not, it'll change the color of the eyeshadow. So using a base that's designed for the eye area really helps to keep on your eyeshadow and make it look more even, like Bree said, and make it pop. So it's gonna take you less time overall to do your makeup if you really prep properly, so that your makeup will take you 5 minutes.
All right, so now that we put down that nice base, we're gonna go in with our first eyeshadow. So this is like a cream to powder eyeshadow. It's really pretty. It's called Icy Topaz. It's gonna go beautifully with her scrubs closed. So I'm using a smaller brush, if you can see, because Allie has got a smaller eye area to work with. So we don't wanna go in with this big giant brush, take over her whole eye.
And the size of the brush?
Size of the brush, size of the space you're working with. So that's why I'm using a smaller one on Allie. And we're just gonna pat this in all over the lid. And I'll do the other eye too. But you can see, if I would not have put this base down first before I put this eyeshadow on, it would not go on smoothly. It would not go on evenly. It would not stay in place. And it just saturates the color a little better too. So you're using less product as well. So definitely want to start with that eye base first and then move on to this step. Now I'm going to go on top with our powder eyeshadow, because the first one was a creamier one, a cream to powder. This is Purple Paradise and Lilac Mist. I mixed
Pretty
them together.
and purple today.
Yes, and I'm going to go on top, and you'll see how that kind of changes the color and makes it more of that purpley that we were looking for. That lavender, that amethyst aura. That's the name of the look.
It's so pretty, and it's a wearable way. It's a way to wear purple for those of you who really love purple without it screaming like, "Oh, hey, I'm here," or making it look like really 80s or 90s, with that purple that jumps out at you. This is just a beautiful wash of some purple, and I was so excited for her to do this on me today because it's like I said, it's a gorgeous day here today, and it's such a spring day. And as we're, rocking into spring, I am so sick of my normal peachy, no makeup. And I'm like, okay, what can we do to just brighten up? And I think we could all use a little brightening.
So because we're doing a 1.5, normally we would just do the base and the lid, but because I'm doing a 1.5, I am going to give her a little crease.
Show the color.
So this is Rich Rose powder.
Great.
Just like a matte, really pretty rose tone. And close. So I'm taking a smaller brush, like a smudgy brush, because size of the brush, size of the space we're working with. I really, it grinds my gears when I see people use brushes that are too big because they've seen someone online using a brush that was really big. Just because everybody's eyes are different. So the same brush that I would use on Allie's eye, I would not use on my eye because we have two totally different eye shapes and sizes. So you want to make sure that you find the one that's right for you. And then if you want to take a larger brush after you place the product just to kind of like blend and make sure everything's even, you can do that. But to apply, I'm using this tiny one. Ready with me?
It's so much fun. She's got to go fast. She has to go fast for real now because we have a client in the chair. So I'm going to have everybody doing get ready with me videos by the end of this. She's like, this is fun.
I want to do
And
one.
we're now hurrying because, like I said, we have the client. And this is usually how this goes, which is why we all don't end up with makeup on, is because, oh, client here. Oh, we're going to play today. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what are we going to do to just finish this up? So
to finish the eye, I'm going to do tiny liner.
Oh, my tiny liner. Life is incomplete without tiny liner. And then we're just going to do some cheek and some concealer, right? And that's it? That's all we got left? Okay, great. Okay. Ready, go.
Okay, close for your tiny liner. Now, of course, I'm sure you guys know how great the tiny liner is, but I love this. You're taking it, and look, even if you make a little mistake, it's so easy to just blend out. And then I'm taking my little blendy brush, oops, and just blending it so that it's natural. And that's always a wonderful finishing step to a look, because now I just highlighted her lash area, and Allie's got great lashes, but this will also make her lashes appear fuller at the base.
All right. We got mascara, and then we got blush. We're good to go.
This is our wonderful mascara. Look down for me. Yep. I love this mascara too, because you can do one coat and have it be super natural, or this mascara builds up beautifully where it doesn't get like cakey, it doesn't get kind of clumpy or anything like that. It just builds up where, you know, you can get more of a dramatic lash if you want. If you're wearing more makeup, you know, you have to match all the levels on your face. So if you do a level 2 everywhere else, do a couple coats of this mascara so you can get the level 2 lash. Almost done. I'm gonna squeeze my last little bit out. Hey Ash, can we test out a couple mascaras for back here? Because I think all of our mascaras are like on this last leg.
Let's hurry.
All right.
Okay, and we're doing concealer because we're gonna do concealer last because she used all that eyeshadow. Have I spit anywhere underneath my eyes? Do we need to clean it up at all?
Spit
oh, great.
But you still want to do the concealer last, just in case you do spit. Then we'll add to.
Well, I had a professional doing my makeup, so she didn't spit, unlike me, that I spit everywhere underneath my eyes all the time.
And of course, Allie's got on smooth canvas because she always has on smooth canvas.
I do.
But that helps smooth out any like lines or anything under the eye. So this concealer sits beautifully under the eye and sits nice and smooth.
And not in my lines.
And not in any lines.
And it brightens up.
And it brightens.
So bright.
I can always tell now when you're using the smooth canvas, Allie. Oh my God. That stuff is amazing.
Otherwise I look like the Crypt Keeper.
And we're just blending. And I like a flat brush because we're putting a tiny bit more coverage on. If we weren't putting more coverage on, I would do a fluffier brush because that would put a little bit less product on. Let me just blend that.
Just gonna blend
a little bit. And then this is another tip, is you can always buff in with the brush with no product. A small brush with no product will help kind of buff in a little more if you need to.
Here we go. We're rolling.
Rolling. All right. So we're gonna do
last step.
Last step. Cream blush in the color Orchid. I'm taking it on a stipple brush. I am not swiping it directly on her face. Please do not swipe this directly on your face. It is very pigmented. You will put too much on. You won't know what the heck you're doing with it. But if you take it and just dip the brush in it, smile, and then you take a tiny bit and you're just gonna put it. I like to focus on the apples of the cheeks mainly, because we also don't want the look where you're swiping the stripe across the top of your face, across the top of your cheekbone. And then I'm gonna take another brush with no product and just buff it in a little bit.
And you should smile when you do this stuff so that you make sure it goes in the natural spaces of your face and so that it looks really natural so you can see.
You can see how natural that
Perfect. What do we think, everybody? Oh. I got that glow. Oh, what do we got? Oh, we have to put lip gloss back on. Lip gloss.
Lip gloss.
This is it.
And this is Miss Melrose. It's just gonna give that perfect finishing touch. And you can see her lipstick sunk in a little bit. That's why this is usually my ta-da moment, because that lipstick has sunk in a little bit. You don't have to necessarily blot it if you do it like that. Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. And I would really say that,
so
like,
good.
adding that lipstick in first before this gloss really is what takes it from the level 1 to a 1.5, because if I had just had the gloss on with this look, it wouldn't look half as done. Thanks, Bree, for doing my makeup.
And you look beautiful.
Yes, we gotta get ready with me video done.